When Brock and I were talking about this service, about our fire communion service, and realized that it's possible that both of us wouldn't be here on December 31st, we said, no, we're pushing it back to December 7th because Brock has so many good music selections for us today. So what a joy. Good morning and welcome. Welcome, welcome to the First Universalist Church of Rochester, where we are called to nurture the spirit and to serve the community. Thank you to everyone who has made it here into the sanctuary on this very snowy morning. Grateful that you all cleared off your cars and dug yourselves out to come here. Also, welcome to folks who are staying online. Glad we have this option in the event that you could not dig out your car or clear it off this morning or didn't feel like it. It's good to be together. I am Reverend Lane-Mairead Campbell. I am the settled minister here, and I use they, them pronouns. Joining me this morning in leading worship with you all is Dr. Brock Chesvold, our music director, using he, him pronouns. We have Dolores DeLamba, our worship associate, using she, her pronouns. Helping our tech community, our tech desk, is Charlie Kortzel, using he, him pronouns. We also have Karen Labraco on behalf of our online ministry team, using she, her pronouns, holding it down, connecting our online folks to this service. If you are new here joining us for the first, second, or third time, we are so glad that you are here this morning. You are one of the most important people in this room. Please take a moment to fill out the visitors form, either in your order of service or by scanning a QR code, or if you're joining us online, please click the link in the chat so that we can offer you a welcome beyond just what we can offer here in this sacred space, online and in person this morning. I want to highlight for you all that our annual service auction is coming up on February 4th, a month from today. There will be information both in your order of service and also in the Clara Barton Lounge afterwards. If you're looking to get connected here, or if you've been coming for a long time, this is a great way to just get connected to the community and join in some great fun after the service on February 4th. The other piece, I wanted to highlight one other piece to you all this morning. Oh yes, if you are joining us online, you may want to grab a piece of paper and a pen or a candle, to be able to participate in our fire communion today from your home. Before we take a moment to greet one another here in this sacred space and online, let's take a moment to just connect our two communities. Please turn towards Hope and offer a wave to the back of our sanctuary so we are so glad y'all are here with us, so grateful to be together in this worshiping space this morning. So if you're joining us online, please pop it to the chat and offer a greeting. Let us know where you're zooming in from. And if you're here, please rise in body or in spirit and take a moment to greet your neighbor. Let us sing. Let's keep the joy going this morning as we sing hymn number 118, This Little Light of Mine. It's in your great hymnals and on the screen. Wonderful. Please be seated.
What did I do?
Got you till don't worry about it. Here. No worries, got it. Oh, shoot.
These newfangled things. Welcome, welcome on this first Sunday of a brand new year. How did it get to be 2024 so quickly? It seems to me not that long ago, we were preparing for changes that a new century, 2000, might bring. For some of you, that was long ago. For those of us who remember that time well, we may also remember that fears of a new century burdened us with considerable baggage, unnecessary worries about dangers that the year 2000 might bring. But it didn't, and we survived, and we took on more concerns as we moved further into the century. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. So much to worry about. The real and the what could be, so much weight to carry. On this first Sunday of a new year, let us take the time to release unnecessary worries and make room for new possibilities. Let's follow the advice of Lois Van Leer. In her poem, Let Go, she offers us encouragement to lighten our burdens by discarding the unnecessary. She says, let go of all that binds you, of all that burdens you, of what you carry, of all that shames you, of fear, of trespasses and transgressions, of woundedness. Let go of guilt. Let go of anger. Let go of small-mindedness and pettiness, of ways of being that no longer work for you, of compulsions that consume your living. Let go of what you cannot change. Let go of regret, of that which haunts you. Let go of pain. Let go of ways in which you missed the mark. Let go. Let us come, banish the old, and make room for the new as we come and worship together. As Richard Reed comes to light the chalice at First Universalist Church, and you light a chalice in your own homes, will you join me in saying our chalice words in unison? May we be a people of welcome, here to grow in heart and mind and spirit, and may we reach out to serve our community. Please rise in body or in spirit and join me in our affirmation of faith, followed by our doxology. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek humanity and fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the source and meaning of life. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all. Our church is committed to serving the needs of our community. What's, oh, the mic's not on? What
Now
happened?
it is, now it is.
Okay. It disappeared. Our church is committed to serving the needs of our community. It needs our help to do so. Please continue to be your generous selves. You are invited to drop an offering in the offering basket or to give online by scanning the QR code in your pew. For folks online, please click the link in the Zoom chat window to give to First Universalist Church. You can also send a check in the physical mail. Thank you for your generosity.
Beautiful choir, thank you. As someone who formerly lived in Kansas, that is fantastic. That is our state motto. Thank you. Brock also let me know that we will be singing that song again the Sunday right before the eclipse. Our story this morning is The Storyteller's Candle. And it's a beautiful story by Lucia Gonzalez, and it's illustrated by Lulu Delacre, and it's a story about, well, you'll get to it. It's a story about a library, but we'll get to it. All right. Hildemar shivered with cold as she walked home from school with her cousin Santiago, not unlike today. The icy afternoon winds froze their hands and burned their faces. It was the last week of school before winter break. It was also Hildemar's first Navidad in New York. The winter surprised Hildemar. She had never felt so cold before. Only a few months earlier, Hildemar had traveled with her family from Puerto Rico to New York on a large ship called El Ponce. The journey took 5 days. Now the summer sun seemed very far from El Barrio, the neighborhood or community of Spanish-speaking people in Upper Manhattan. And so Hildemar and Santiago rushed home as fast as they could to warm their hands by the old iron stove. That evening, the family sat down to eat together. Bendito, Mama Ninita said with a sigh. How I miss the soft breeze of December night on our little island. Ah, said Tio Pedro, Santiago's father, I miss the delicious pasteles and the smell of roasting pork everywhere. I remember the paranadas and the aguinaldos when family and neighbors came to visit, sing, dance, and eat, said Titi Maria, Santiago's mother, closing her eyes and humming. El Dia de los Reyes, Three Kings Day, was the best day of the year, Santiago chimed in. Do the kings travel this far? Asked Hildemar. Will they come this year? The next day, like every day on their way to school, Hildemar, Santiago, and Tita Maria passed a tall building with windows that seemed to invite them inside. This building was different from the dark apartment buildings that stretched from one street corner to the other. Titi Maria, what's inside? Hildemar asked. Can we go in? That's the library, Titi Maria replied, and libraries are not for noisy niños, children like you. What about for grown-ups like you? Asked Santiago. We don't speak English, and the people there don't speak Spanish, she told them. And so it was that they never went inside. But then, that afternoon, a special guest came to Hildemar and Santiago's class. She was a tall, slender woman with dark eyes that sparkled like luceros in the night sky. When she spoke, her hands moved through the air like the wings of a bird. Buenos dias, good morning, she said. My name is Pura Belpre. I come from the public library, and I bring stories and puppets to share with you today. Miss Belpre told stories with puppets in English and in Espanol. Everyone laughed at the silly story of Juan Bobo chasing a three-legged pot. At the end of her show, Miss Belpre invited the children to visit the library during winter vacation. The library is for everyone. La biblioteca es para todos, she said. Hildemar couldn't wait to tell everyone in El Barrio the good news. When Titi Maria picked the children up from school that day, they told her about their special guests, the stories, the puppets, and the library. Titi, they speak Spanish at the library, Hildemar shouted. Can we go to the library today, Santiago begged. Espanol? In the library? But niñes, I am very busy today, she explained. I promise I'll take you one day. I want mommy to come too, said Hildemar, but she's always working. Maybe we can all go on Sunday, suggested Titi Maria. Viva, hooray! Hildemar and Santiago clapped and skipped all the way to the Bodega Santurce, where Don Ramon and Donna Sofia sold habichuelas, fresh vegetables, bread, and cafe. And why are these niñes so happy today? Asked Donna Sofia, leaning from behind the countertop. Tell us, what's the good news? Asked Don Ramon. Don Ramon, they speak Spanish at the library, declared Hildemar. The other customers in the store were very interested in what Hildemar had to say. Que bueno, they exclaimed. Do they have books in Spanish too, Dona Sofia? I wanted to know. Bueno, ya veremos. We'll see, said Don Ramon. That Saturday, Hildemar's mother and Titi Maria invited Dona Sofia and Don Ramon to come with them to the library. Santiago invited his best friend Manuel. The group walked along the snow-covered sidewalks, remembering Navidades back home. Soon they arrived at the handsome building. The adults stepped to look up at the tall doors, doubting whether they should go inside. Hildemar, Santiago, and Manuel ran up the stairs, leaving them behind. They couldn't wait. Inside, children filled the story room. Miss Belpre welcomed them with a smile. Bienvenidos, welcome, she said. The storyteller's candle was lit. And soon the story began. Había una vez y dos son tres en Puerto Rico. Once upon a time in Puerto Rico, Miss Belpre told a story that Hildemar and Santiago had heard from their grandmother about a beautiful Spanish cockroach named Martina and a gallant little mouse, Ratoncito Perez. The story ended with a wave of applause. Now close your eyes and make a wish, whispered Miss Belpre. We'll blow out the storyteller's candle and your wish will come true. The children closed their eyes tight and wished. When the children opened their eyes, Miss Belpre made a special announcement. El Dia de los Reyes, Three Kings Day, is coming. This year, we want to have a big fiesta at the library with a play, dances, and a parade. The play will be the story of Perez and Martina. Who wants to be in the play? Santiago raised his hand. I want to help, he called. I want to help too, the others chimed in. Santiago was chosen as Ratoncito Perez. And Hildemar raised her hand. Her heart was beating fast when Miss Belpre picked her to be the most important part, Cucarachita Martina. We have the cast of characters, said Miss Belpre, but we'll also need costumes, music, and a stage. Soon, word got around. They speak Spanish at the library, and there's going to be a fiesta for Three Kings Day there. Dona Sofia told Don Ramon, who told Padre Simon, who made an announcement at church that Sunday after morning mass, the vecinos, neighbors gathered together. Even Pura Belpre attended the meeting. For the first time, they said, El Dia de los Reyes will be celebrated in New York. Everyone wanted to help. I'll make the costumes, said Titi Maria. I'll make the curtains for the stage, said Mama Ninita, who worked in a sewing factory. And I'll make the stage, said Don Ramon. I was a carpenter in Puerto Rico. From that day on, the neighbors went to the library every day to help with the preparations for the big event. They were very happy to discover books and magazines for them in Espanol on the shelves. The children rehearsed the play, the dances, and the stories. Don Ramon donated boxes and crates from his bodega to make the decorations. The mothers from El Barrio met at church or the library to paint, cut, and paste. Finally, the evening of January 5th, the library was ready for Three Kings Day. The next day, everyone came from near and far. Outside, the snow was rising high. Inside the library, the logs burned in an open fireplace, and the storyteller candle flickered. The room bubbled with the voices of children and adults. Everyone spoke at once in Spanish and English. Ay, qué lindo, how beautiful. The reading room had become an island in the Caribbean. A group of children sang aduinaldos, carols, while others waited impatiently for the show. Asalto, boomed the voices of the paranderos, surprising everyone. The children stretched up on tiptoe for a good look. Saludos, saludos, vengo a saludar, sang the paranderos. Dona Sofia shook the maracas, chick, 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 chick. And Don Ramon scraped the güiro, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. And leading the group, strumming the cuatro, was Senor Lebron. Suddenly, there were the three kings. They marched through the room, sprinkling the children with candies and sweets. The music stopped and the play began. Many years ago, in a little round house with a little brown balcony, there once lived a Spanish cockroach named Martina. Hildemar stepped on stage. She was the most beautiful cockroach. And Santiago, what a handsome little mouse. Miss Belpre concluded the show in her usual way. Close your eyes and make a wish, she whispered as she held the storyteller's candle. Hildemar closed her eyes and wished. When she opened them, her eyes met Miss Belpre's. With her gentle smile and twinkling eyes, Miss Belpre said, "Today, with everyone's help, we brought the warmth and the beauty of Puerto Rico to New York. Remember, the library belongs to you all. We'll blow out the storyteller's candle, and your wish will come true." That's the end of our story, but I want to give you just a little bit of context. In the winter of 1929, Pura Belpre was the first Puerto Rican librarian hired by the New York Public Library System. Her outreach taught the Spanish-speaking community that the library belongs to everyone. She used the storyteller's candle to gather children for stories and wishes throughout her long career as a writer, storyteller, and librarian. And Reverend Michelle chose this story especially as we are again gathering around our own storyteller's candle, holding our own wishes for this upcoming year. So let us hold her story in our hearts. Miss Belpre, Miss Porter Belpre, thank you so much for the work she did to make libraries accessible for all and to gather folks around those storytellers' candles. I'll invite you all now to just take a deep breath with me as we enter into this reverent time of sharing the joys and the sorrows of our gathered community. If you would like to, you can place a hand over your heart to get to listen from a heart-centered space as we gather around our own storyteller's candle, as we share our own stories this morning. If you are joining us online, we'll invite you to put your joys and sorrows in the chat, and I'll be sure to read them aloud as Dolores places stones into a bowl here in the front of our sanctuary for all of us. We share a joy this morning from Dr. Brock Chesvold that his dad is recovered and well after a really deep and difficult health scare this past week. And we just want to offer thanks to all of the different musicians and folks that got together last week. Brock was actually supposed to be at the piano, and folks came together and really supported him. And what a joy it is to serve a church that supports you in getting to be home with your family when you absolutely have to. So really glad your dad's recovered and well. A joy from Theo, who wants to offer enormous thanks to Beth Ayers for keeping the drop-in discussions vibrant and organized all these many years. And gratitude to John Lukes, who is stepping up to the challenge of filling Beth's boots. Beth, what an incredible ministry. You've taken that group from being in person to online to being both in person and online. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! Oh, we share a joy from John Lukes, and I'm also assuming from Carol as well, that our Welsh Corgi Andy is doing much better since his operation. The growth was benign, thank goodness. Glad that Andy is doing well, holding Andy and your family in our thoughts. We share a sorrow this morning from Barb Brody, a sorrow around the sufferings of Palestinians and Jews. She asks us to pray for a ceasefire, to pray for the return of the hostages on both sides, to support organizations that are trying to work towards reconciliation. Barb, thank you for continuing to keep this before us as we are holding all the suffering we are seeing. We will drop one final stone into the bowl to represent all of the joys and the sorrows left unspoken in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts. We know we are all carrying joys and sorrows as we come into this space. May all be held in the heart of love this morning. Amen. In today's meditation, we're going to be doing a bit of breath work, working with our breath to sort of cleanse some stuff through our bodies. The piece of breathing that I want to teach you is a fire breath. Are there folks who are familiar with breath work? Anybody? Great, yeah. Obviously, yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So when we're doing a fire breath, we want to breathe in deep and then breathe out in a forceful and quick way. So sometimes it involves a little bit of a noise. So I'll show you. So you want to breathe in deep, and then you want to breathe out really quick. Try it with me. In. We'll do it one more time. In. Now let's just return to normal breathing. You'll know when this comes up. Let's just take a few deep breaths together as we prepare our hearts to wrestle with the spiritual work of facing truths about ourselves, as we prepare our hearts to open towards what we may want to release on the precipice of this new year. As you breathe deep, you may want to close your eyes, soften your gaze. Take a moment to relax your shoulders, relax your body. Place your hands in a comfortable position. Take a moment with your breath to find your inner center. To allow your thoughts to settle, like the snowflakes we saw falling this morning. Take a moment to just sit with yourself. How is your heart in this moment? How is your life going? What has been troubling you lately? What are the joys and the sorrows you are carrying? On the forming edge of this year, we take time to examine who we are, what we have been doing, where we find ourselves in our lives. We take time to explore the patterns of behavior we have developed, those that keep us steady in the stream of life, and those that disconnect us from others, from spirit, from living into who we know we can be. As we pause to consider the state of our lives, allow a pattern of behavior that no longer serves you to emerge. If it is hard to reach, take a moment to review these last couple of weeks. View your life as if watching it from the outside. Where you have been, who you've been with, what you've been doing. Is there a pattern or a behavior here that has made life harder for you? Are there behaviors that get in the way of relationship? Things you found yourself doing or saying that you wished you hadn't? As that which no longer serves you distills, notice when you bring it to mind, when you bring this pattern, this behavior to mind, where it resides in your body. Notice whether it rests heavy on your shoulders, whether you can feel it in your chest or your mind. Where do you feel tense? Where do you carry this behavior in you? I'll invite you to place a hand over that part of your body, to allow your hands to carry a cleansing power from your own spirit. Bring your attention to this part of your body where the pattern resides. And let us join in this breath work. Some deep, cleansing fire breaths. So let us together breathe in deep and release the breath out quickly. We'll do this 3 more times. One more time. In. May the breaths of our bodies clear out that which no longer serves us. May we feel the ways we begin to release these patterns by this beginning. May we know that we are the source and the resource of the letting go. And may we find within us the loving kindness that we need to find different ways of being. Let us sit in the silence and allow ourselves to be with where we are now. Amen. Blessed be, and may it be so. As we turn our hearts towards our hymn of contemplation filled with loving kindness, let us keep in mind the patterns that we are releasing and the parts of our bodies where we feel them. If it helps you as we sing this first verse, I'm actually going to invite you to place that hand over that part of your body that is releasing this behavior, or to even rest your hand on a part of your body that is in need of some extra care. We begin our loving kindness meditation by singing to these parts of ourselves that are in need of some extra love today. And so we will sing, "May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well." From this loving kindness, we extend ourselves. We take a moment to turn our thoughts towards someone we know whom we care about deeply. Someone who has been with you in recent days. Bring their face into your mind's and heart's eye. Surround them with your love. Hold them in your love. As we sing, "May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well." May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. Now bring your heart's attention to someone you know who is struggling. This could be someone who is sick, someone who is living with addiction, someone that you know is suffering, whether out loud or in the silent sanctuaries of their own hearts, but you know they could use a little extra loving kindness in this moment. Bring this person's face into your mind's and heart's eye. As you sing to them, "May you be filled with loving kindness." May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. And we come to the more difficult part of our meditation, to bring someone to mind with whom you are in conflict. someone whom it was hard to be in relationship with over the winter holidays, or perhaps someone with whom you are no longer speaking, someone who it's really just hard to live with or work with. We do the difficult spiritual task of bringing them to mind and heart as well. Picture their face, picture them in your mind as you sing to them. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. From these people that we know and we hold in our hearts, we expand our love to those next to us in this room. We expand our hearts to hold our community in downtown Rochester. Allow yourself to hold in your mind all of our city, our country. Let us expand our hearts to hold our neighboring countries, to hold Israel and Palestine, to hold all countries facing war and oppression, as well as the countries that continue to seek power and domination. Let us hold this earth and all its creatures, all human beings, all animals of land and sea, all beings on this earth. As we sing, may we be filled with loving kindness. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole. It's just a real heart-softening meditation, isn't it? It is my wish that the loving kindness of this community holds all that we need to release, all that we intend for this year ahead. Let the loving kindness of our neighbors in these pews and on the screen help us to soften our own hearts to the transformation and the magic of this season. For it is a new year. And with the new year comes this practice of setting intentions, resolutions, one might call them, of releasing, making room for what is possible I imagine we have some skeptics in this room, maybe, who might hold that this practice of resoluting and holding intentions for the new year is for the birds. I imagine that some of us have held resolutions that never stuck. Anybody? Yeah, all right. That we let go of so easily, you didn't even give it a second thought. Or perhaps some that we let go of feeling some shame or some guilt about not following through. I imagine some of us in here hold intentions each year and find ways to follow through on them, to stay the course. And congrats to you. We are a mix. It's one of the best parts of being in religious community. We are a mix. We all have different experiences with this time of year. First Universalist and our other Unitarian Universalist sibling congregations are in a new season with a new theme to explore: staying soft. So if you are someone who can be skeptical about this practice, it is my hope that you can find a way to soften your heart, your mind, your spirit to the potential for transformation. If you are someone who always follows through on their resolutions and New Year's commitments, I hope you can soften enough to let some of the magic take over and to not hold so tight to the goal. If you find yourself somewhere in between, which I imagine the majority of us do, let the soft both and you bring carry your heart, your body, your mind into this new year. Let softness pervade the reflections on where you have been and where you find yourself today. It is not weak to be soft, nor is it unaccountable or going too easy on oneself. In a world and a country and a culture hardened to emotion and to spirit, where we are regularly asked to keep moving forward, to remain productive, to know our worth by what we are doing in the world and how well we are doing it, we all need a little softness in our lives. Each and every one of us does. We all deserve some time to be held in loving kindness, to be held in gentleness every now and again. It is our birthright as human beings. It is our theological mandate as a people who keep love at the center of all that we do. A love that calls us to compassion with others and with ourselves, towards softness. Today's ritual is not about how bad you have been or where you have missed the mark. Sure, each one of us has shortcomings and unhealthy patterns of behavior. We are human beings and we are imperfect. Yet, as I feel like Unitarian Universalist saint and poet Mary Oliver reminds us time and time again, you do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. An excerpt from her poem, Wild Geese. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Today's ritual is about releasing what is no longer serving us. It is about discernment around what we need to let go of because it is hurting us. What we need to let go of to make room for more loving kindness, more softness, more gentleness with ourselves. It is also about what we will take on, what we will commit to, where we can be more loving, more kind, where we can give ourselves what it is that we need to heal. In the letting go and the taking on, in this ritual already begun and the ritual to come, let us remain soft with ourselves and with the world. As our exploration of softness continues this season, may we find it within ourselves to remain gentle internally, that we may be just a bit more gentle with the world. May we believe in the magic that is present when we are present with one another, taking part in these old practices that people have held for generations and generations. And as we burn away the old to make room for the new, let us remember the new year being an essential part of our growth and reflection. May this year bring you more of what you know you need to remain soft. Amen. Blessed be and may it be so. I want to invite us now to return in our hearts to our meditation, to the behaviors we know we need to release. We began to release them with our shared breath work, to release them from our bodies, to create an opening so we can begin to let go. Now, we prepare our hearts for this ritual of writing them down and burning them away. So please take out the piece of flash paper you received upon coming into the service today. If you did not receive one, would you raise your hand? We have ushers and greeters that can bring them. Oh, there's a couple of folks over here that did not receive them. So we have, I know Gary has some. And if you're joining us online, please get out a small piece of paper upon which you can also write the pattern you wish to release. We'll give you a moment to run and grab a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper. Does everyone have one? Does anyone have any extras? I'd like some up here if you have some extras. Thank you. Thanks, Phoebe. Thank you. Appreciate you. So let us write down what it is we are seeking to release. Knowing that in writing it down, we are making it visible, physical, real for us, tangible. As we prepare to release what no longer serves us, we turn our papers over. And maybe you wrote on both sides, which is fine. But let's turn our papers over and pause here to consider what kind of energy or action or different behavior we can embrace to replace what we are releasing. What can we invite in? What intentions can we hold for truly allowing this pattern to leave us? What might we need more of in order to let go? What can we soften towards and allow more of in our lives? Take a moment to write this on the other side of your paper. Oh, no, Dolores, not that way. Oh, Dolores, not that way. No, you want to use the the thing at the front. Sorry. All right. The lighter. Nope. What is it with the candles in this community, man? I love it. So take a moment to just hold this piece of paper in your hands. Because we hold in our hands great possibility. With the releasing and the taking on of these things, it is in our hands, our own hands, our own hearts, our own minds, our own spirits, our own actions. As we join in this ritual burning, may we hold the intention of transformation. May these healing flames soften us. May the very act of burning away that which no longer serves us make space for what we need more of in our days. And may it be held here, where we undertake this transformation together. May we remember that we are not alone. As those in our sanctuary come forward, please place your paper over the flames that Dolores has just now lit and watch it burn away. If you are joining us online, you can burn your paper too, though be mindful of your fire alarms in your house, or you can also fold it up and bury it in your yard. Either way, know that I will be burning some extra paper here at the end of our ritual in the sanctuary for you all in a moment to know that these flames of transformation will also be holding you. So let our fire communion begin. Those of you joining us, be sure I'm heard. Those of you joining us online, burning these extra pieces of paper for you, for your intentions. Come, Spirit, come. Let us be transformed. Let us be made whole. May these flames play a part in our releasing. And may our joined voices help us continue to let go. Please join us in singing hymn number 34, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire. Please rise in body or in spirit. Come, Spirit, come. Our hearts control, our spirits long to be made whole. Let inward love guide every deed. By this we worship and are freed. I'll invite you to just place a hand over your heart and take a look around this space. Take a look into the faces of those who are here with you, holding loving kindness with you, holding softness with you, holding inward love, that we may be able to love outwardly. Dear ones, may you know that you yourselves are loved. And may you go and be that love to whomever you meet in the days, the weeks, the moments ahead. Amen. Blessed be. May it be so.